Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku, aka chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Teachers with Love and Passion. In the last playthrough, we had known more information about Mr. Fox, even though everything remains pretty vague. Not really any mature information that we have known, but at the very least, we have a little bit of information at least. And also we saw some suspicious activities from Eric. I mean, Hannah has felt like Eric has been quite creepy somewhat at times. And from Mr. Hansen, we know that there's more suspicious stuff has been going on. And so this next playthrough, I hopefully will find what is happening and maybe prevent anything dangerous from happening around here. So let's go. Talking with my students helped entertain my mind and chase away dark thoughts left after that conversation. Now, at the end of the day, I walked down the lonely hallway making my way back home. Around me, dark rooms, empty hallways, and not a single soul lost to be seen. But in my head, thoughts after thoughts started to emerge. I did my best not to think about it, but now his distant gaze is all I see behind my eyes. My fingers wrap around my back. My heart beats slowly as I walk faster toward a place I know so well. I just want to see him before I go home and make sure he is fine. I think to myself, not questioning whether this is the right thing to do. As I get closer, I notice the door ajar and the light shining inside. Just like the other night, I make my way closer, slowly pushing the door open. My heart drops to my stomach as soon as my eyes make sense of what's inside. On the left, drawers and chairs are overturned on the floor. On the right, papers and white sheets planned up on top of the furniture. The clean and peaceful room that always soothes my heart is gone. Now there is nothing but chaos. My hands brush to my lips, thinking about the worst scenario. I'm about to call out his name when something catches my eye in the corner, something that makes my bones shake under my flesh. With a small bottle in his hands and a dark shadow in his eyes, Eric stands close to the bed, staring at the liquid dancing inside the glass. His eyes have no light, and he doesn't show a single care about the papers he is stepping on. I quickly scan the room, but no trace tells me Ray was here. Sweat runs cold down my spine as all the suspicions from early comes to conclusion. What the F are you doing? Miss Fine? I am not like Mr. Hansen. I don't have the same cold blood running in my veins, keeping me stable. I just couldn't hold back a shout when I saw him standing there with something I don't know in his hand. Eric jumped like a startled cat when he heard my voice. Yeah, I don't think this is a good choice actually. Oh no. His face turns pale when he finds my eyes, but soon, when he notices that I am alone here, it turns bright again. It bothers me to see him smiling when I'm biting my teeth in fear. Why is he happy? Does he think I'm not going to turn him in? He looks at the bottle again and softly gives it a shake, making the light from the ceiling come through it. This is really destiny. He grumbles, giggling and talking to himself. I don't need to question him again to know he is not in the right state of mind. Concerned he may do something dangerous, I take a step back, putting my body closer to the door. You came right on time for me to save you, Miss Fine. The words echo, but it doesn't make sense. I look at him, waiting for an explanation, but he doesn't say anything. He is too busy admiring his deeds in the bottle. What are you talking about? Take me from what? This, I finally found it. This is Mr. Fox's experiment. My heart withers like all the blood in my body has been drained. My eyes lock target on the glass bottle in his hand. The cider-like liquid swirls between his fingers, turning my stomach upside down. Is this the research that forced him to seek my help? Is this the reason he stays up late? If it is, then why did he talk to me about it with such words? Why Eric is using harsh ones? In a second, I turn my gaze back to Eric's face. The bright golden color in his eyes is shining like poisoned honey. So that's why he has been stalking him. Noticing my surprised expression turning cold again, Eric takes a step closer, trying to control my attention. You didn't hear about it? He has been working on it every night. It's a terrible. Ray told me it is his important research. But he didn't tell you what it is about, did he? No. Do you want to know? I could say no, but how could I lie to myself? I want to know the truth, and Eric knows that too. I read his journal. This liquid here is supposed to change a person's physical state. If he was planning to say it only to get me shocked and unresponsive, then he did it right. For a moment, all I do is stare at the liquid, gulping down my non-existent thoughts. His notes are here, somewhere in this room. Listen to me. Mr. Fox is a dangerous man, but I'm here to protect you from him. And I'm so glad I met you before he could. What the hell? Before Eric can celebrate this achievement, Ray's troubled voice fills the room, bringing with it a puzzled face behind me. With wide eyes like I was before, Ray stares at his upside-down room in confusion. What happened here? In a matter of seconds, he stops talking. His troubled expression turns gray when his gaze finally lands on Eric's hand. The boy, instead of showing guilty, flashes a disgusted look at him. Give me that. Hearing his order so abruptly surprised me a bit. Usually, Ray would question both of us and try to understand it before taking a conclusion, but this time, he didn't care about it. To tell the truth, looking into his eyes now, I feel like he isn't seeing anything but that bottle. Give it to me, right now. Concerns and confusion are gone. All that is left now is breath. I didn't know such a kind man could show such a scary expression. Do you really think I can't just hang it to you? This is sickening, Mr. Fox. I know your plans. Then you know you shouldn't be playing with it. His voice is cold, shivering with a promise he doesn't plan to break. I doubt he is paying attention to Eric right now. His eyes are too busy pulling the bottle. I read your news. I know how many times you vowed to create this. Change someone? Do you know what it means? Are you planning on controlling her when you are done too? His mouth opens to scream once more, but no words come out. I could see in the flickering light in his eyes go mingling with fury. At that moment, Eric has hit what he was aiming for. Toying with someone's old life. You are truly a monster. But it doesn't matter now. I won't let you hurt her. Boy, listen to me. No, you can't hurt Miss Fine. My heart ached to hear those words aimed at someone who had always cared about me, someone I care about. I didn't know if what Eric said was true or not, but I wasn't planning on standing by his side. I turned to Ray to ask him about it, but I stopped when I saw his expression turn confused. Fine, why would I hurt her? Because that's what you have been planning. You want to take her with you and have her to yourself. What? Ray looks at me, searching for answers as I do the same to him. Okay, that's a confusion indeed. Taking a deep breath, Ray squeezes his temple. Eric made a mistake, and he is not happy to clear it now. No, Eric, you got it all wrong. This has nothing to do with her. Liar! He tried to talk, but as soon as Ray spoke up, Eric raised his hand in the air, threatening to throw it on the floor. Eric, wait! What the hell is going on? A loud, angry voice enters the room, putting us in another defensive position. Ray and Eric look away from each other for a single second just to see who is here. I'm the only one who actually turns around to greet the person. I hear screams all over the hallway. As always, Mr. Hansen scolds everyone before he understands what is going on. However, unlike every other day, no one answers him this time. In fact, it looks like they purposely are trying to ignore him. That was unusual, and it was enough to put him on alert. Quickly, his eyes survey the messy room. His tired expression becomes serious when he connects the dots with Eric. Our eyes meet in the corner, and without saying anything, he understands a prayer in my gaze. Fine. He whispers my name as if I were an accomplice in his investigations. With him standing by my side, I knew what I had to do. Eric messed up the ring to get the bottle, and now he is talking nonsense about Mr. Fox. Despite fearing the consequences, I managed to speak clearly, but I couldn't hide the disgust in my voice. Eric's dark eye widened. I could see on his face that something had broken inside him. Afraid of what he might do, I clung to my back, not taking a single step back. Miss Fine, are you against me? I'm saying the truth. No, you are turning me in when I'm trying to save you. That's what you are saying. For the first time in a long time, I screamed. It was an angry, desperate scream coming between my teeth, almost like a plea for it to stop. I wanted to run to him and take it by force from his hand. I wanted to shake his shoulders and ask him to snap out of it. You are choosing him. You don't believe me. I feel Hansen's firm hand touch my shoulder, and for a moment, my whole body shook. It was as if he had strengthened all my nervousness and assured me everything would be okay. Eric. His voice steady and cold interrupts the young man's tremulous grunts. Eric's eyes, which were staring at me in confusion, straight to the man beside me. For a long moment, he stayed silent, a frightening silence. Slowly, I see that dark cloud covering his face. He still not convinced to give up on his illusion. Do you know what this is, Mr. Hansen? The question comes in a somber voice, like an icy breath to stop our hearts. I look up at Hansen, expecting to see his impenetrable expression. However, to my surprise and Eric's delight, the man pines his teeth, swallowing hard the answer. Ah, so you do. Like someone who has just won a game, Eric's laugh burst to the room. I see it now. You two did it to her already. That's why she won't believe me. Enough of this nonsense. Mr. Fox already told you it's a mistake. Can you stop it now? I'm sorry, Miss Fine, but I need to save you first. As if his words were a premonition for the words, the three of us hold our breath, watching him turn his gaze at the bottle. Eric, don't. Oh man. Oh no. My mouth opens in silence. Ray and Hanson stretch the bodies quickly, but not enough to reach it. Time stops. The shattering sound is loud. The liquid quickly forms a bottle decorated with sharp shards under us. Mr. Hanson and I hold our breaths. Ray is bending over the wreckage. We can't see his face, but we can imagine the painful expression in his eyes. For a long time, no one dared to speak, not even Eric. But then, slowly, the doctor raised his head. I tried to reach out to him. However, my hand stops midway in the air when I see his face. The soft light in his eyes is fading. The gentle features on his face stiffened. His gaze is enough to make Eric step back, finally realizing his mistake. I had to do it! Eric looks at everyone's face, pleading for help, pleading for us to believe him. He stutters, shakes, and back away like a cowardly dog. Hanson and I say nothing. Our guilty for not stopping him from doing his screams louder than his pleadings. Miss Fine, I'm not crazy. I know what I saw. You saw my notes. Ray finally speaks, a voice strong to make his fangs pop out in his throat. You haven't seen the meaning. But that was my Elkin life. Hissing like a demon, Ray turns towards Eric, grabbing his collar and pulling him up from his feet. In an attempt to protect me, Mr. Hanson shelters me behind his body. I don't know if he is trying to avoid getting me hurt, or if he is just worried about my feelings. Either way, I'm glad he did it. At least now I don't have to see it. But I can't do anything about the sounds. I hear Eric shouting and struggling while Ray snarls, holding him in place. You are hurting me! Stop! Let me go! Hurting you? You ruined my life and you are saying I am the one hurting you! Boxes are dropping from shelves. Screamings echo in the hallway. If this continues, things could get out of hand very quickly. Desperate for help, I look at Hanson not saying anything. Thinking about it now, I don't even know what would be the right thing to do. Hanson feels the same, but unlike me, he knows he must make a decision. Taking a deep breath, he takes a step closer to them. Not afraid of getting hurt in the middle of their fight, he holds Ray's shoulder tightly. Ray, stop. Don't get on my way. If I wasn't here, seeing it with my own eyes, I would never believe this voice so deep in fury was coming out of Ray. My heart hurt. I want to make it stop. I am going to make him pay. That won't bring it back. Mr. Hanson's scream is the last thing we hear. After that, only heavy breathing and confusion are left in the room. Ray's eyes don't stray from Eric's. However, his pupils are quivering as Hanson's words repeat inside his head. We have gone through it once. Don't make it happen again. It takes some time, but finally, Ray let go of Eric's shirt. Ray takes a wobbling step back. His eyes are locked on the floor, defeated by his own reflection. Thank you, Mr. Hanson. Nice. Woo! That is good, a bunch. Give him that punch. Also, I hope that after that someone report him. Eric's relieved smile doesn't last longer than a minute. Before he can finish his line, Hansen punches his face, grabbing him by the collar. Shut the F up. I'm taking you with me. What? Where? Giving him no answer, Hansen drags the boy through the messy street. Sheets? Okay. Sheets towards the door. Before leaving, he turns back to me. No words are needed for me to understand what he wants me to do. Leave it to me. Giving me a subtle nod, he turns to the door, dragging the yelling boy out with him. For the first time since I got here, the room is as quiet as it is supposed to be. From the doorway, I see Mr. Fox pulls a chair and throw his body on it with not a care in the world. He looks like a soldier who has lost a battle and is too tired to try again. Mr. Fox lost something precious to him. No matter what I say, it won't make this feeling go away. For a moment, I'm scared to be alone with him because I don't know what to do to help. However, the fear of leaving him alone speaks louder. I hold my bag, looking for strength to give him. Slowly, I walk closer, holding my bag as if it is the holder of the answers I need. He doesn't say anything when I stop near. He doesn't even look at me. His distant gaze has lost its meaning staring for too long at the only remaining fragment of his research. With no idea what to say, I stand by his side, leaning my weight on his messed up desk. I wish I could turn back time, wish I could have stopped Eric when I first saw him. I wish so many things I can't do. Looking at Ray now is the same as looking into his raw feelings. He is not hiding his secrets behind a supportive, lazy smile. He is not trying to shelter me from the pain. He is just sitting there with teary eyes and shaking hands. He never looked so human. I turn my gaze at the liquid still under the lamp. He did this experiment once, so I'm sure he can do it again. But I don't think it's polite to say it now. To be honest, I think there is no right thing to be said in a moment like this. But there is one thing I can do for him. Fully, I grab his hand in mine. For the first time since this mess started, Ray turns his gaze in my direction. He looks at our hands, confused like he didn't realize we are still at the nurse's office. For a long minute, he only stares at it, but slowly I feel his fingers caressing mine. Instead of talking to me, he leans closer, resting his head on my lap like a child searching for comfort. There is no need to ask questions or explain feelings. This is enough. We will let the talk for tomorrow. Right now, we will savor our feelings until they taste no more. It's morning again. The hallways are crowded with cheerful kids and classrooms waiting for the teachers to arrive. It doesn't look like last night was the longest night of my life. After all the screaming and fights, Ray and I spent some time in his office. We didn't talk at all, and yet we held each other close all the time. After that, he decided to go home. I didn't try to stop him or ask him about the next day. I only let go of his hand, believing he would be all right. Now I'm here again, standing in front of his office with my heart shattered inside my chest. The door is open, and the room is tidy as it has always been. But the man that greets me every morning is nowhere to be seen. I'm not disappointed. To be honest, I had a feeling he wouldn't come today. But still, it hurts me to not see his lazy smile again. He deserves a break too. I just wish he didn't have to deal with his frustration all alone. Has nobody ever told you that sadness doesn't suit you? Suddenly, I feel all the hairs on my arms stand on end. The loneliness in my chest melts into butterflies in my stomach before I turn around to see his face. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. I knew by heart it was Ray, but I still couldn't believe it when I saw his smile behind me with Hanson by his side. That face, I like it much better. Mr. Fox? Well, I thought you weren't here. Why would you think that? I have work to do. But you are hurt, I wanted to say, but I didn't dare to bring it up when his kind eyes watching me so tenderly. The frustration I feel to see him standing here after going through so much is my alone. Just as much as what he is feeling and how he deals with it is his choice alone. Laughing under his breath, he places his hands in his pockets. Things won't get fixed if I stay home crying. And I think I have a promise to keep with you. I don't know if I can explain it, but at this moment, I felt those butterflies in my stomach flying straight to my heart. I feel their flapping wings controlling the pace of my heartbeat, and I feel a forgotten garden blooming where I had locked doors. He didn't forget our promise. A rosy smile crosses my face, showing a token of gratitude for being here with him. At least you are taking responsibility for your actions. F your actions, of your actions, or for your actions? I wish Lorna was the same. Despite all the feelings missing in my chest, there is one thing that makes me smile more than anything else. Ray is not fine, that's clear. But it didn't stop him from coming back and wanting to be here. Everything seems to be coming together. However, there is still one thing haunting my mind. What happened to Eric? I didn't see him when I left last night. That's because he was at Thomas' office with me. Oh! I had many questions for him to answer. However, I didn't want to do it without a proper witness. Good. And what did you find? For a moment, Hanson hesitates to answer me. I see him look at Ray, asking him what to do, and I decide to speak up. Yeah, even Ray has that trouble face on his. That means something concerning? What? Are you not going to tell me? I don't know if I should. Oh, come on. I am too deep into it already. It's not fair to hide it from me now. You won't leave me alone if I don't say it, will you? No. Fine. Ray wasn't Eric's target. It was you. What? Yes. It seems he wanted to make up a scene so you would think he was a hero and fall in love with him. He didn't use these words, but that's what I understood after hours of useless talking. In a single moment, the whole story turns upside down. Nausea rises in my throat. My vision blurs. Ray just happened to cross his way. Eric only did that because he wanted my attention. It was my fault Ray's research went down the drain. It was Eric who attacked us. He is the one to blame. Ray speaks slowly, drawing my attention out on my task. He is right, but I can't help guilty sinking its teeth in my heart. Indeed, there were multiple crimes committed last night, and he is answering that now. It's a good thing this has been resolved. But what are we going to do about what was lost yesterday? Should we pretend none of this happened and move on with our lives? Can Ray do that? Now, looking at the right side, last night wasn't so bad. Eh? How can you say that? You'd lost your precious research. Yes, but thanks to that, you didn't end up with a stalker. True? And that's actually better than. I'm not like putting any weight on anyone's problem here, but it's better for Hannah to not have a stalker. I mean, the research still can be reviewed, but what happened to if Hannah got kidnapped or something bad happened to her? You can't redo that actually. So, my research can be done again, but the same can't be said about your life. I guess was what a doctor would say. My heart hurts, but it's in a good way. He is always looking over me. Now it's my turn to do the same for him too. I clench my fist and look at him with determination I didn't even know I had in me. I will help you do it again. Your research. I will help you start over. I know I can be useful for you. Not stepping back, I bled my words, placing a hand over my chest. For a moment, they only exchanged confused looks. I'm sure they didn't prepare themselves to hear it. I don't know what this research is about. I don't even know if I can be of any help, but I don't care. I am willing to be by his side just like he did to me. After a long silence, Ray smiles, shaking his head in disbelief. Well, two heads sure think better than one. My heart flutters at the same time a large smile crosses my face. Thank you. I won't disappoint you. Oh, I know, love. I know what? Okay. I know love some anatomy studies in my locker that can be helpful for you. Oh, I guess I know I left some anatomy studies in my locker that can be helpful for you. Hold on, I will get it for you. Clapping my hands together, I run towards the lounge with an order in mind. As the girl runs between the students, the two men stand back with dumb expressions on their face. Slowly, as the situation makes sense, Ray giggled, stretching the top of his head. She is lovely. He speaks naturally, as he always does. However, he is the only one speaking. Receiving the man's glare as an answer, he averts his eyes, regretting feeling so comfortable. Silence lingers, and guilt shelters their body together. It's still awkward between them, but for some reason, this time, it doesn't feel like madness pushing each other apart. Lauren sighs quietly, looking in the lounge direction. Are you really going to start over? Ray listens to him, giving himself some time to think about it. The answer is obvious to him, but it doesn't sound right to say it aloud. What do you think? His voice is low, weighted with sadness and loneliness. Lawrence turns to him, not trying to hide the sharp pain his friend's voice has left in his heart. I will stop when I have my answer. They can't understand the reasons for what they decided to do with their lives, but they know the pain surrounding it. In the end, even being rivals who despise each other, they are still friends in their memories. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop Eric. Ray turns to him, shocked to hear it. This is the first time Hansen ever apologized for anything. He could tease him and push it away, but he didn't. When he saw Lauren's face, he saw there an old friend he once knew. His heart trembles, and his voice shudders. It takes him some time to smile again. Come on, we are mourning again. We should be happy. We did something right this time. As Ray says that, he turns his gaze to the hallway. Lawrence follows him, finding the cheerful girl coming out of the room. Just try not to waste too much of your life this time. Don't worry, she won't let me do it. Lawrence shakes his head, taking a deep breath to recompose his cold expression while Ray holds his usual lazy smile. Just in time for the girl to arrive and not suspect anything. Here, I found these documents. You were reading this one the other day, so I think it will be useful. I talk loudly and cheerfully, but they don't say anything. Oh, that's a nice expression on their face though. Kind of. Not even Hansen is rolling his eyes at me. For a moment, it feels really comfortable around both of them. What happened? I was wrong. Eh? Ray needs you around him. I don't know what happened while I was away, but I'm not complaining. I didn't need his approval to be around Ray, but somehow, hearing that makes me more confident about it. I know I'm doing something right now. After all, someone needs to keep him in his place. Oh my, that's Meg, sir. Since the asshole doesn't respect other people's personal space. Shut up. They're teasing each other and making the usual angry faces, but something in their voices sounds more welcoming. They might not be the friends they once were, but for once, they're open to bearing each other. To be honest, I think both of you need me around. Who else is going to bring drama into your boring lives? They stare at me, speechless. Hansen's eyes seem to tell me I shouldn't push my luck. It's Ray's love that shatters the walls and brings us closer. Can you say no to that, Mr. Cohort? Yes. Okay. Okay. But I won't. This time. The wheel of fate sometimes needs to turn through dark paths if it wants to find the light one day. I don't care what happened in the past or what Ray's research is about. All I want to do now is enjoy our days in the sun while it lasts. Ooh! Ooh! Hello there! Hello there! This credit scene though, I don't know which ending we got though. But it's a different credit scene actually, wow. That's new. Is the others endings right like this? Or is it just Mr. Ray Fox? Oh, what is a cute CG? Dang, cute! What ending do we get? What? Huh? I am confusion. So is this like a friendship ending or a true ending or something else? What? Okay, guys, I'm going to assume that. So after checking the extra part, we actually, I guess this is kind of a good ending. Yeah, it's a good ending, but it's nothing romantic in this. Or was Mr. Raceball's route supposed to be non-romantic in a sense? Like, it's romantic, but the ending is not romantic, I guess. Because generally this route is more of lore, I guess. More information about Mr. Ray Fox and their background information, and in the end we still don't know about what his research was. Or am I choosing the wrong options and couldn't be able to know about that research or something else? Because despite the getting kind of sort of good ending, his background is still very hazy. The good thing is that Mr. Lawrence and Mr. Ray is kind of sort of get better in their relationship now. The bad thing is that I still feel there's a lot of questions in the air that I don't understand and I don't know. So I'm going to see if I can find another different ending. Yeah, a different ending. That is not a bad ending, by the way. That is different from the one that we just had now. So based on the extra, I believe there's another ending, but we will leave that for another time. For now, everything seems to be solved. Partly, we don't know about the background of Mr. Ray Fox, but at least this time we're not kidnapped or anything like that. And Eric got the punishment he deserved, maybe, hopefully. And we repaired the friendship between Mr. Ray and Mr. Hanson, so that's real nice. Very nice. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough of Teachers with Love and Passion. Bye!